Welcome everyone to the Nerd Nook. I'm your host Evan Teague. With me, like always, is Noah Bailey. And Disney recently had their financial briefing, so this week will just be packed full with Disney stuff, and I'm not complaining. So jump right into it
Let's
with the
go.
fact that the Russo brothers have reconfirmed that currently Avengers Endgame is still a 3 hour movie. So yeah.
Yeah. It's like I was already hyped, but now it's like, okay, I can confirm my hype.
Given my
Yeah.
Infinity War
Oh,
was like I think 2 hours 35, so we're basically getting a half hour more than that juggernaut of a movie.
it's just
So
great. Oh
yeah,
my gosh. There's gonna be so much going on though. I'm trying to think about this movie. I'm like, yo, how with 3 hours, I mean that's enough time for literally put in like two like shorter movies. Like that's
like most Pixar
crazy.
movies are around an hour and a half, so like that's
Right?
two
Like
like
that's two of those. Like you gotta, and I mean it's probably gonna be 2 out 3 hours, and then probably some more after that too. So I mean like,
like
oh
if
my
they want.
gosh, so much.
I remember at one point, I don't remember if the Russo brothers or Disney themselves said that like they if they needed to, it could be as long as they need it to be with an intermission if necessary.
Hmm.
So like
Yes.
and
How we
like it's
get? I
crazy
mean,
because
uh,
Disney obviously wants to make 2 billion with this with this movie since Infinity War did. And if it's over 3 hours, it's not going to be able to be shown as much in theaters. But I feel,
ooh,
considering this is the movie they've been leading up to for the past 10 years,
again.
what's 500 million less? You know, what's only
I
1.5
mean,
bill? I mean,
and it's not like I mean like, and there's people. Well, the thing is though, everyone that saw it, that saw it anywhere, has to see this movies because you
yeah,
you can't go see it anymore and just be like, oh, I guess that's just how it all ends. Like you need to know what they do. Like
yeah.
so, I mean, you can unless for some reason you just don't feel like it. Like everyone is gonna go to theaters to watch this movie. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
like so you could. I mean, I feel like it's safe to say the same. You'll still make the same amount of money, honestly, if not more. I don't think that's gonna, despite the length. I don't think they're gonna lose because if you could sit there for 2.5 hours, you can make it a three.
Yeah, especially if there
Especially if
is
you
an
need to know what
intermission, like
happens.
there might be like okay,
Just go back, get a refill on popcorn, and go back in. I
go to the
mean,
bathroom, like
if
yeah.
there is that intermission, do you really think they're gonna do that?
I don't think they will. I think if it's
I don't
only
think
three
because like
hours,
that's all.
only 3 hours. I
Yeah,
don't.
like
I
yeah,
think they wouldn't need it, but
I'll say maybe like 4 hours. I think they might do the
yeah,
intermission at the 2 hour mark.
if it is a 3 hour
Oh my
movie,
goodness.
there needs to be like a designated. If it's over 3 hours, there needs to be a designated part of the movie where you feel safe going to the bathroom.
This is yeah, that is true. Because like, oh my god, yeah. Because I don't want to. You can't miss anything because you go to the
Mhm.
bathroom for 1 minute and then all of a sudden, bro, they all came back. No, I missed it.
I
How was
remember.
it supposed to?
I can't remember the last time I went to the bathroom during a movie, but the last time I like went to at least when I got to the movie with my brother, it was Batman v Superman, and it was during the part when Lois was doing her non sequitur investigation stuff that
Mhm.
doesn't actually tie into anything. We don't have to go into that right now. So he was like, "I'm gonna go to the bathroom." Like, okay, comes back. What did I miss? Nothing.
Like literally
He came back as soon as
nothing.
the Batmobile chase
The
scene started.
important
So
thing
like
happened.
he didn't miss
He's like, bro,
anything.
what have I missed? This looks crazy, dude. We just got here. You didn't miss anything. You missed nothing important.
Yeah, but like if you
I mean,
go,
sometimes you get lucky.
if like you leave during a part where like Black Widow and Bruce Banner were talking, it's like, oh, this seems like a safe spot, and they come back, and suddenly the Hulk is back. It's like, what?
And you're like, what? No, no. It's like, pause the movie. We're gonna rewind.
Rewind.
Rewind. I wonder if they do that. The guy just rewind the movie like for. I don't think I want to really care. You rewind it for like 2 minutes if it was
No.
something important. Like I'd be fine.
Mhm.
Like run it back, run it back. Oh my goodness, that'd be amazing.
Yeah, like
But yeah, 3 hours. I mean, that's
that
fine. Like I
works
could,
for me.
like I'm gonna, right? Like this is more content. I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
It's just there's gonna, I'm trying to think though, because like we'll set this way it's gonna be set up. There's got to be like how they like. There's gonna be like a time where they're just like sitting all sad, tail between their legs. Oh, we lost all that crap. Then there's gonna be the okay, let's make a plan.
Mm.
And there's gonna be the actual doing the plan. Then there's gonna be the like, okay, we did the plan, and it worked, and now we gotta take out Thanos, either take out Thanos or like
What?
something. I don't know. So there's gonna be
Because
a lot going on.
apparently everything we've seen so far from trailers and promos is only within the first half hour. So it seems like they get their plan together kind of early for like what's gonna happen for the rest of the
The
movie.
first half hour,
Yeah. Like
so
apparently
one
when
sixth of the actual
yeah.
movie.
Apparently when Cap is
That's
looking at
less.
Peggy and Widow is like, "Do you think it's gonna work?" And he's all like, "I don't know what I'll do if it doesn't." That's that's only the like maybe half hour mark. It's oh that's crazy.
That's less than 20% of the movie. It
Mm,
that's there's so much movie.
I'm
So
fine with
much movie.
it.
I know, but it's like, ah. I'm just thinking, what is the second trailer gonna be? Do you think it's gonna
uh,
be anything like? I don't know. Like, I want to see. We haven't seen any like action yet, but I feel like they don't
yeah,
want
they'll
to spoil it
probably
because it's like,
maybe pull from like the first hour for because there's gonna be some kind of biggish action sequence
right.
before the first hour, like end of Act 1, starting in Act 2, to try to get the ball rolling from there.
Mm.
But I don't I don't know. They don't show too much, but like should show just something a little more to get us the idea of oh this is where we're going.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, this is gonna be so good, and it's coming out in 2 months, guys.
Mm-hmm.
That's just I don't know. It's weird to think about because I always feel like it's so far away, and then I realize, oh, April's not that
Yeah.
far. It's already February. Like we're gonna be here any minute now.
Yeah, Captain Marvel comes out in
Uh,
less than a month. Like,
I
mm,
know. It's time to get. We gotta get ready. I'm not ready.
nope, nope.
Oh,
Well, something you'll have a little more time to get ready for is Guardians of the Galaxy 3, because they still haven't found a director for it. In fact, Taika Waititi
mm,
said that he was actually approached to direct it, but he doesn't feel like doing it. So
yeah.
there's that. But once they do find a director, they're still planning on using James Gunn's old script for it. Which is that an ethical violation thingy? I don't know, but if
I
it'll get the
mean,
movie out faster, it's kind of all Disney cares about. For whatever.
that's what I was like. I mean, like in terms of ethics, that's a little scummy, I will say. But in terms of like me, the consumer, I don't really personally care. I know that's kind of a selfish thing
But
to say,
yeah,
but it's like if it's like, like like as long as it gets out there, that's fine. I don't really care. But I mean, like if I was in the whole like corporate thing, I'd be like,
mm,
that's kind of messed up. But I mean, I'm just a college student who likes movies, so I'll be fine either way.
yeah. Like
I
I,
won't
it
lose sleep regardless.
makes me a little upset that Taika Waititi didn't want to go through with it, since I feel after watching Thor Ragnarok, I feel he would be perfect to just
Mm,
encompass everything that Guardians are, if not do it better than James Gunn did. But I
probably,
understand where he was
probably.
coming from. He was like, that was James Gunn's story. He was like, I just don't feel like touching it. It would just feel weird for him to try. Like, and I feel most directors would kind of feel that way, especially just how Disney kind of botched the whole, you know, James Gunn scenario. Which,
Yeah, I mean,
like, but whatever. Like, I still would love if someone like Edgar Wright directed it. Which,
be a solid pickup. But I
yeah,
mean, I don't know. Like, I don't know, I guess people. I understand. Like, kind of like you were saying. Like, if it's directed, like, oh yeah, I'm gonna direct it. But I mean, I'm not even using my own movie. It's like kind of like the intern director.
yeah.
Like, it's kind of just. It
Especially
feels
since
kind of like
it's not even using. They don't even be using the script of the new director. It'll be the old director's script just with the new
right.
person. just putting on the
Right.
screen. Like,
And like you'd be and like if you were but even if you were neutral, even if it wasn't their script, like you'd be liable if it happened to be bad. Not saying it will be, but like if it
yeah,
was, like you don't want that on your conscience. Like,
mm.
oh, this movie's bad. You should never touch another Marvel. And you're like, bro, wasn't even
Yeah,
made.
like Joss Whedon with
Like
Justice League, because that movie wasn't gonna be
it,
good anyway.
it's just like, bro, don't hate. Like I didn't do anything. I just put it on the screen. But no,
He
man,
did his best.
tried to fix it, But yeah, it's like no, you do. You don't want to be put in that position, and I
Mhm.
respect that because it's like, yeah, I want to put my if I'm gonna direct it, I want to put my own craft, my own imagination on the screen. I don't want someone's like secondhand
Hmm.
movie writing, but even if it is good,
Yeah. So, well, hopefully that comes out relatively soon. Like, assuming all the actors want to stay on board, assuming they
yeah,
do keep that script. Like, once they do get a director, it should come out probably by 2022 at the latest. I would hope.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't think we're gonna be like super hungry for it because I mean, like, I love the Guardians, but like, Guardian 3, we already have Avenger stuff going on. We're gonna probably have a lot of new Avenger stuff after this
Mm.
movie with
Black
different
Panther
movies going in.
2,
So, like,
Spider Man 2,
exactly.
Doctor Strange 2, Captain Marvel 2, like other new Avengers. Hopefully, Moon Knight. You
You
don't
are
understand how
holding
much I
out
want Moon
so
Knight in
much
this
hope for
universe.
Moon Knight. Holding out so much hope for Moon Knight. Like, please. He just goes up to Marvel. I'm begging you. Just a cameo, just something small. I don't care.
Oh yeah, duh. Like X-Men stuff is gonna get in there soon. Fantastic
Yeah,
Four stuff's gonna get there. Like, so they have other stuff to deal with if they can't get Guardians 3. It's not like there's some overarching story that needs to be completed. Like,
right.
so
Kind of just floating around in space
it's
doing,
just
Guardian
another
stuff,
Guardians movie, which I mean,
which is
some
great.
people
I mean,
want
don't get
that.
me
So
wrong, it's fine. But I mean, it's like I'm not gonna feel like, I'm not gonna lose it if they don't make another one.
yeah. Speaking of the Guardians, I wasn't aware that there was like one specific raccoon that Rocket Raccoon was based on, but apparently his name was Mr. Oreo, and he actually passed away last week.
Oh, the raccoon. Oh
Yeah.
no.
Something actually kind of cool about this specific raccoon is that the average lifespan of raccoons is 2 to 3 years. This raccoon died at almost 10 years old.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't think. Honestly, I'm a little surprised raccoons died that fat. 2 to 3 years. I thought was that's a little short of a lifespan, but you said Mr. Oreo?
Mr. Oreo. Yeah.
Oh, I get it because okay, I get it. Okay, yeah, I can see. Now I'm looking at. I can see where they get rocket from. He
Mhm.
looks. Is that wow? Yeah.
Yeah.
What is it?
like
It's
like I
like
said, I
saying
didn't
an
know it
act.
was.
It's like saying an actor, but not in.
I didn't know it was one specific raccoon,
Oh
but like
boy.
after seeing that raccoon, like, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, I see it now. It's like when you see an actor, like you've only seen them as one role, and then you just see them like
Mm,
regular on the red carpet. You're like, oh yeah, I guess that is you.
yeah. Or like
Looks
if you
less,
see them fully mocapped, like in a video game, just as themselves, it's like, oh, that's
hmm
that's just that actor. That's weird that
Yeah,
it looks so much like him. It's just.
that's interesting. Can you just walk around looking like that? That's crazy. How do people not? That's insane. But yeah, R.I.P. to the raccoon.
Yeah.
But dang. But 10 years, I mean, for a raccoon, that's a long
That's
life. So
yeah.
very nice.
Mhm. um, Something else that might have a questionable lifespan. The Offenders was officially announced today, which will be an
Whoa,
animated The Offenders. You'll like
okay.
this. You'll
What?
like this.
Okay, this is getting dumb. This is getting
It's
dumb.
an
Please continue.
animated like Marvel spin-off movie that'll be airing on Hulu that will in some way star M.O.D.O.K, Hit Monkey, Tigra, Dazzler, and Howard the Duck.
Really? This is
Yeah.
happening?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, I have Hulu, so now I have to watch this. Oh my God. Howard, I love how you Howard the Duck, and I was like, yes.
I
I'm
guess
sold. I don't even
it's
care.
like a reference, I guess, to the Defenders, but like with all these crazy weird characters that like
Oh
no one
my
actually
gosh.
likes, like Howard the Duck and M.O.D.O.K and Hitmonkey. Like these guys are just weird.
Either I don't know what's going on. I mean, like, sure, fine. I don't like. I want to watch it for like
uh,
almost as a meme, not even to like
yeah,
enjoy it.
and it's animated, so like they could. I personally
That's
feel
what I'm saying.
animated stuff is like generally you can do more, especially with superheroes. So
Yes,
go
absolutely.
crazy with it.
The offender. This is gonna be the offender. This is amazing. What is happening?
I don't even know if this
Oh
is like
my
an established
gosh.
team within Marvel, like Marvel Comics, or if
I
it's just
I
nothing
have
new for the
no
show.
idea, but I mean, oh my god, I am so on board for this just because of how stupid this is. Wait a minute, is this the thing? Oh, Marvel database. Maybe. Apparently, I don't know. But this looks amazing, and I kind of want to see this. Oh, so there's Defenders, Avengers, and now Offenders.
Mm,
Okay. They're consistent with their naming,
yeah,
so that's
and the
something.
Revengers from Thor Ragnarok. So,
This is true. This is true. The Avengers, solid team. Never lived
mm,
up to their prime, but
yeah.
there's still time. Maybe they'll
So,
make Thor 4. Who knows?
or,
No, they won't.
or put him in the Guardians, just whatever. We need more Thor.
I do see. That's the thing. Like Thor is like, oh, he's already had 3 movies. Like, yeah, but he's only had one good one that I actually want to see another one of.
Hmm.
Like you made him. It's like you made Thor great, and then you're like, okay,
Yes. It's like,
now
but he
we're
was
gonna move on.
fine
Like,
in
but
the
he's still,
Avengers movies, but like Thor
but no,
Ragnarok
he's
and Infinity War
so.
confirmed he might be my favorite Avenger, honestly, at this point.
I know he's so cool. Like he's so likable now. It's
Mhm.
like, oh, why wasn't he? If he had been like this from the beginning, Thor would have absolutely been
Oh
my
yeah.
favorite Avenger. Like,
Like
oh my
there's no
gosh, he's
possible way
so
that Thor 2, The Dark World would have been bad if this was if this was the main character.
right? Because like when you think about like the old Thor, just like the way I like to think about standalone movies, like how would you feel if you just watched like 2 hours of this character just walking around doing stuff?
Mm.
And like with the old Thor, I'm like, oh, that doesn't sound inviting, exciting at all. It sounds
Especially
terrible.
since
Which
for the majority of the first movie he didn't even have his powers. So
exactly, it's just Chris Hemsworth walking around. Like no offense to Chris Hemsworth, but it's just like, bruh, not doing that. But then, this story, post Ragnarok is like super exciting. He's funny to hang out with. Or
mm.
hang out with, like I've seen like I hang out, but it's like it's like super exciting. Like does cool stuff. Is really funny. Like this, I would just watch him like walking around, like him, like even that interaction with him and Doctor Strange
Mm.
at the beginning of the movie. Like that's gold, man.
Yeah.
Like ah, so good.
So yeah,
Yeah, we need more Thor. Bottom line.
hopefully Thor doesn't die in Endgame. Hopefully you can
If they kill
keep.
off Thor, I'm gonna be I will be the most mad if they kill Thor, honestly.
Oh yeah.
Just because
Oh
I
yeah.
want more Thor.
Like
But
Captain America and Iron Man are probably the only two that are potentially on the chopping block. But like
yeah, but
I want more of Hulk. I want more of Thor. Like I
right.
want Black Widow. I'm pretty sure she's still getting her own movie. I think that's still
Supposedly.
in the works.
I
Like,
don't know.
well, I just like especially since Cap and Iron Man they've already had their trilogy. Their stories are more or less wrapped up. Especially Captain
Yeah.
America's. Like I feel this will be a nice closure for both of them. But the other characters they still have
Both made it.
a lot of screen time they can have and like a lot more stories to tell, especially Thor. Like we haven't even gotten
Oh
to
my gosh.
Frog Thor and like Lady
Right?
Thor. Like there's crazy amount of stuff they can still
That's
do.
what I'm saying. There's so much Thor, and like Thor's so much cooler now. So it's
Mhm.
like I want to see more Thor stories. Like
Yeah,
I don't want. Oh my gosh. And he's gotten like way stronger too. And then I see
hmm
Stormbreaker now. Like
yeah.
that's gonna be like I don't want to see Stormbreaker for only like a movie and a half. Like
Mm.
I want more of that because I think it's ridiculously
Yeah.
powerful. Casually takes out all of Thanos'
And
army
almost Thanos himself.
and Thanos basically. Uh,
We mentioned earlier that Fox stuff will, finally get into the MCU, and Bob Iger confirmed that, or Kevin Feige, remember who it was, but someone confirmed that Deadpool will stay rated R. So perfect.
Yes. Deadpool 3 question mark?
Hopefully with Ryan Reynolds,
Please.
please.
Yes. No, if it's not with Ryan Reynolds, I don't want to see
Yeah.
it. I no, I'd be mad. But no, that's awesome, dude. Like, I don't know, because like unless you made it a complete like just pretend to be, but like it wouldn't work the same way with
Yeah.
rated R because like it's just something about like the bad words, the insane amount of violence, and like it just
Mm.
works, and it fits Deadpool style
Oh
too.
yeah. Like you could maybe make it work if he pointed out the fact that he couldn't swear, or if like
Right.
he like broke the fourth wall and like put his censor bar over something, but like that might get old after a while.
That's
So
what like, I feel like that's only a one movie thing. Like I think you would do
yeah,
that again. Like after the first one, it would not be funny anymore.
yeah, but yeah. Like I'm
Or maybe
hoping
he
that.
like Oh, sorry. Maybe
No,
he like pulls up like the rule book of like ranks. Like, okay, okay, PG-13. Hold on. How can I beat
say
this guy?
one F word, like eight S words, like we a
He's F
little bit
word.
of violence. Like we,
Like what?
I can work with this. I can work
I can only
with
say the F word one time. He like drops the F bomb. Dang it! Used it already. Or like someone else says it, and he's like,
this.
no, crap, no. We only had one of those. Oh gosh, I'd kill you, but you're already dead. Oh.
Yeah, but
That'd be amazing.
regardless,
But
it's rated
no,
R, so they'll.
yeah, rated R is better though.
Yeah.
Now you can say whatever you want.
Mm.
Yes, much better.
And again, I just really hope we talked about this a couple weeks ago. I really hope that Taskmaster is somehow involved with,
Ooh.
if not Deadpool 3, like in the X-Men universe going forward, because like
Mhm.
he's such a cool character, especially interacting with
Yeah,
other Marvel characters. Like he that could
yeah, it's a good
easily be
character
something
to
cool to see on the
tie
big screen.
in somewhere. I think someone they could do.
Hmm.
That'd be cool. Like I'd be down with that.
Hmm.
But there's so many more characters that can integrate in this universe. 'Cause it already feels Jai freaking Gantic in
Yeah.
like the MCU right now, and it's like, dude, that's not even like you barely scratched the surface of like the characters. I'm just like, yeah, it's gonna be so in depth. But oh,
Yeah, needless to say, we're gonna have our fill of Marvel stuff for the next
mm,
forever. So
yep,
I'm with
and
that.
that is quite all right. Mm, good times.
Yeah. Now let's take a break from the Disney stuff for a little bit to find out, is this for real?
Oh, jeez.
And this time we'll be talking about Spider-Man's Rogue Gallery.
Oh, goody.
So,
Okay.
like with Batman, I'm gonna say the name of a supervillain, say their power, ability, quirk, whatever, and then you have to determine if this person is real or fake.
Okay.
Okay. Starting off, Kangaroo. He is a very stereotypical Australian who can leap really far.
No. Is that real?
It's real.
No. That's so
I
stupid.
know, right?
Okay, is it just a person who can jump, but
it's
they
a
call him
it's a
kangaroo?
person who can jump who has a very stereotypical Australian accent, and they call him Kangaroo.
I feel like it's offensive.
You're right. You're very right.
Like, yeah, look at you, kangaroo. What you call me? Like, that's terrible. But all right, comic books, fine, sure. Oh, oh, damn. How? Oh, I gotta see what this looks like. Hold on, I'm pulling this up.
I don't think he looks that weird. He's just a I think he's just a dude.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, it's just. Oh crap. Hang on. Okay, there's some comic book panels where he's like just a guy who jumps, but there's some where he's got like a costume,
Oh yeah, I see it now.
and I'm just like,
With
oh
like ears
geez.
and a tail and everything. It's like that's
Yeah, he looks like a really sad
he
scorpion.
looks like He-Man.
A little bit, actually.
Like with
Yeah,
the
I'm seeing
blonde
it
and the red
now.
jewel in his chest. Like he looks a lot like
Yes, big
He-Man.
muscles. Man, masters of the universe. Oh my gosh.
Okay,
Okay, so
sure.
that I learned something new today. Oh
Hmm.
my, someone put Kangaroo Jack on a Spider-Man body for some reason. I don't understand Google,
Okay,
but
group Jack.
sure, okay. Way to go, Google. All right, moving right
Okay.
along, I guess.
Next, the wall. This is a man who is literally a walking wall. He became this when a random explosion happened on his after school job and a bunch of bricks fell on top of him. And he became the wall.
Oh, that's too stupid. This is a comic book. Anything goes. That's really stupid. But so is Kangaroo Man. Oh, jeez. No, but that's no, no, because that wouldn't do anything. You just get climbed on. It's not real.
It's real.
Is it real? No, it's
The
not.
wall is real. The
No.
wall is the best Spider-Man villain. Like, I'm not even kidding.
How is he
His origin is wrapped
real?
up in one panel. Literally, what I just
Are you
read to you.
serious?
He was just working at his after school job one day. An explosion. We don't even know like where it was. An explosion just happened. I don't know if it was like from some science thing that
Are
was happening or
you?
like some random explosion out of nowhere. Brick fell on top of him. He became the wall. That's it.
That doesn't make any sense, dude. This is
He was in one
comic book.
issue.
Okay. Oh my
I
gosh. All
honestly feel
right.
that they tried to make the most ridiculous Spider-Man villain they could, and it
Yes.
worked.
Okay. And the wall. Okay, I've seen that he's just beating up people with his like brick body.
Mhm.
Like what? All right, no, okay, like when I say this, I honestly love comic books like
Mhm.
a lot, but comic books are so freaking
They are.
stupid. So, that's so dumb.
Little
That's
did he know that
so like,
Spider-Man would soon go up against the wall.
dude,
It's
I'm
like,
sorry, but that
what? I
if
love
I was
this.
Spider-Man, I would literally just I couldn't even fight you. I just laugh at you because that's dumb. Okay, you're
They were
telling
trying
me
to
you
tell you
got
about his tragic backstory when, like, it's literally one panel of something
I just
happened. Now he's the wall. Like, what?
I mean, you wouldn't even. I can't even feel sorry for. Him. I just laugh. Like I don't even care. That's so stupid.
I,
Like yeah, this is what happened to me. I haven't been the same since. I'm like, bro, you're a wall. Like what are you doing? Oh my god. Uh,
I love it.
why comic books? Why?
I don't know.
Oh, comic book logic is something else. I love it, but also it
Like, it
makes
feels like
no
a
sense.
parody, but, like, I can't tell if it
It
is.
really does. Because, like, I don't know if it's just like older comic books or not, but it's just like, I don't know, dude. Like, comic books have this way of just like dumb stuff,
Mm,
and you're like, there's no possible way, but at the same time, yeah, like
it's
it
real.
has to be. Okay, I
All right.
learned something new today.
Yeah. Next, Peacock. He's a hypnotist who dresses up like a bird.
This is very specific. Um, that sounds legit though. Is that real or is that
It's
fake?
fake.
That's fake. You made that
Yep.
up. Okay.
Yep.
That's it. See, that sounds better than the wall, though.
You're
Like I'd
right.
rather see that. Like Peacock's actually that's not a terrible name.
And like it kind of
Like
the way I kind of formulate this is like I kind of wanted to like make up a villain that hypnotizes people. There's a lot of
there's a lot of
Spider-Man
that's
villains
what
that
I'm
dress
saying.
up as animals, and like
Yeah.
Peacocks kind of have that big fan that like confuses enemies. So like Peacock,
Yeah. That actually
hypnotist.
see that would be kind of cool.
Mm,
Like I feel like you should write like the ones that are fake. You should just like keep them. Like if we never make a comic book strip or something, we'll have
yeah.
those that actually make sense.
Uh
I'm
huh.
looking at you. I'm looking at you, Wall. Okay. Like what? God. So disappointed by that. Just oh yeah, it's the wall. That's his thing. All right, moving right
Okay.
along before I go crazy.
The answer. He is able to manifest powers to answer any question or problem presented to him.
Huh? Like he can just like if
He
you
has the
ask what's two
power
plus
to
two, four
manifest
just appears.
any power to answer any situation, question he gets, like any.
Oh, so it's like if he needs super strength, he just gets it,
Yeah.
or is it like
If he needs
okay,
super
so
strength,
he
he can
just
get it. If he needs to like fly, he can just have it.
okay? I thought it was like he's like like is it like he's the best Jeopardy player or something stupid like that? I was like, oh my god,
He
I'm
well,
like, are
like
we
if you
really
ask him
doing
any
this?
question, he does just have the answer. But as far as like in
That's
fighting
kind of
or fighting good guys, I guess he can just create powers on the whim.
that's kind of broken. Interesting. I don't
Mm-hmm.
know. I'll say no though. I don't think that's
It's
real.
real.
It's real. He
I
answered it.
don't.
That's
This guy
so
has one
easy.
of the most overpowered powers I could possibly imagine
That's
for a
what I'm
supervillain.
saying. Like, I mean, I
I've
feel
never
like you
heard of this
could
guy
write.
before now. It's like, how are you not overused as heck?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, hold on now. Okay, so like, if you can use anything in any situation, like, yeah, what's the? I mean, you don't even need to
And like,
try.
I
Like,
tried to verify other
whatever.
places to see if this guy is as overpowered as he says, and like, he's up there on lists of like Spider-Man's most powerful villains. Like he's
Mhm.
crazy.
I mean, he doesn't even need to. Oh my gosh. Because okay, so it's he whatever he needs, he just gets it,
Hmm.
just out of nowhere. And as soon as he doesn't need any more, it's gone.
As far as I can tell, yeah.
That is so insane, but that's so not fair though. Well, I guess. I mean, it works. I mean, I guess it works for them. But I mean, I feel like how would you beat him?
I don't know.
Is there like you'd be like, oh, well, there's a question you can answer. I don't know. The quips write themselves.
Mm.
Jeez, who knows?
Okay. Next, Swarm, a dead Nazi possessed by a bunch of bees.
A dead Nazi
Mm.
possessed by bees?
Called the Swarm.
What? Dead Nazi possessed by bees? No, that's. I mean, well, okay, wait. Let me think. No, that's too. I wouldn't do that, would they? Is
Keep in
that
mind that the
real?
wall exists.
So, okay, yeah, I'm aware. I'm aware that the wall exists. I'm just saying. I feel like Nazis are a little touchy,
You're
so
right,
I
but
think
it's
maybe
real.
they stay away from that. Is it real? Why is that real?
I don't know.
Stop it.
I
What?
have no
Okay,
idea.
wait, you said, wait, what's it called again?
The Swarm.
Why is he a Nazi though? Why can't he just be a bad guy?
I don't know.
Oh, this is the Spider. Okay, I've never seen that. Apparently, it was an Ultimate Spider-Man for an episode, but I never saw that.
Okay.
But gosh, okay, but why a Nazi though?
I
Like, if
don't
he's just a
know.
bad guy, that's one thing. But like, that's so specific.
And
Like,
like he looks a lot like the Hobgoblin
he does.
for some
The
reason.
mat, like the eyes and the
And
mat,
like
and
the way
like
the
the
cape is, like it.
yeah, like the cape and mat. He's very. I'm getting serious Hobgoblin vibes right now. I
Yeah,
miss the Hobgoblin. He's so underused. But
was Hobgoblin created just for the show, or
I
was he a thing before that? Because I haven't
I actually
seen him since or before.
to be honest, I haven't really either. Maybe he was just for the no, I mean I see comic books.
Okay.
Not too many, but some.
It might have been a Harley Quinn thing where he was made for the show, but kind of kept going.
Maybe. Maybe. I don't know. But
Hmm.
yeah, because the Hobgoblin was a really good character, I
Oh
thought.
yeah.
Because he was just like he was a bit like it was a very predictable character, but it was predictable in a good way. Because like if money's involved, the Hobgoblin's gonna show up, and either he's gonna steal it and then sell it for even more than you want. He'll just take your stuff, and then he'll be like, "I'll give it back for this much money." You're like, "But it's mine." Not anymore. It's mine now. He's
That's
like,
all.
anything involved with money. He's a villain. I think he's the kind of villain that every rogues gallery needs. Just someone who does stuff specifically just for money. Like there's
Oh yeah.
no other reason behind anything he does.
Hmm.
It's great.
And he
You
wasn't
just
even Mark
forget. You're like,
Hamill,
oh my
so
god.
extra points there.
Yeah, this is true. This is true. That's always a win. Stupid villains. I can't, why is he a Nazi though? Does that okay? Okay. Does the Nazi have anything to do with him, like as a character, or is
Other
that
than
just a
him being
nice little
German, I don't think
tie-in?
so.
That's so unnecessary. You could
You're
have just
right.
made him a German
You're
guy.
already a bunch of bees. You don't need to be a Nazi.
You don't need another crazy backstory when you're just a swarm of bees that is somehow alive. Like that's enough backstory for two characters. Like you don't need that. I mean, oh my god. Oh jeez. Okay, comic books. Like, have I got any of these right? I don't think
No,
I've got. I think I got one. None. Not
no.
even one.
Mm,
Dude, I'm terrible at this. But also, these make no sense.
you're right. So you might have gotten the answer
This.
right. Other than that, yeah, I don't think so.
Oh,
But like, I wouldn't
so
believe the wall
dumb.
exists either. So,
Like, come
like when I
on.
first
Like,
saw
that's
when I
so.
first saw that panel, like I didn't believe it. Like,
You're like, this is so.
there's no way. Like, I think I saw it on Tumblr or Twitter or something, and like saw that. It's like, no, this can't be real. This has to be like a fan made thing. No,
Yeah.
it's
And then you
real.
look it up and you're like, what?
It
Actual
was the whole
stuff?
issue with
What?
the wall was
Oh,
the
gosh.
like, what?
Comic books.
Okay, this next one isn't too crazy. Anti Spider. He
And
dresses in the inverse colored Spider Man suit and has chemicals and other gadgets specifically engineered to kill Spider Man.
I don't know. Well, well, they have anti venom, so I don't think that's. I think that's just made up.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I thought. I was like, yeah, I was like, nah, that's too. That'd be too on the. They don't. I mean, like comic books, they do a lot of stuff, but I don't know. That'd be like too like
Yeah.
used because it's in the same universe and everything.
Hmm.
But yeah, oh my god.
Well, I
Well, so
guess
let
at
me
the
know.
same time, like
That
I could
I mean
easily see them
anything.
doing something like that.
Yeah, absolutely. Like anything's on the table just because of how like the limits of what they will go through has obviously been like very much like anything is doable,
Hmm.
but at the same time, it's like that one's a little much. But then again, the wall and freaking the swarm, a Nazi,
Kangaroo,
by the
yeah.
way. Kangaroo, yeah, kangaroo, all these dumb. Oh my goodness. They need to make the Hobgoblin a character. Oh, they need to put him in a movie.
Oh yeah.
I think that'd be a good call. Because like, everyone's seen the Green Goblin, but the
Hmm.
Hobgoblin, man,
Yeah, like
that'd be a
especially
good warm up to see.
since Norman Osborn hasn't been introduced yet in Homecoming or the other
Exactly.
Spider-Man, just have like a different Goblin. Sure, why not?
Right? I feel like, yeah, like the Hobgoblin. I don't know. Mom's like, interesting. Like, he like studies the Hobgoblin or something, or
Hmm.
like I don't know.
Yeah,
Maybe he helps them bankroll him or something. I don't know. It's
yeah.
like, what's your end of this? Like, I'm literally just in this for money.
Just,
There is no
just want to
revenge
be rich.
involved. I don't care. I just want to be rich. Like, but aren't you already rich? You're like, I want more money.
One
Okay,
more. You'd never be
one
too
more.
rich. Now, this next character is not a robot master from Mega Man. Frogman. He's a dude in a frog suit that can jump really far.
Frogman. Um, that sounds ish like it could work, but I feel like it's the same thing as Kangaroo Man. But then again, he doesn't have an accent, an Australian probably. Then again, I'm gonna say no.
It's real.
No, no.
They
It's
did it twice.
real? Why are they? They're
Another
the
guy
same.
dresses up as an animal and jumps really far. I don't.
It's the exact same thing. Why would you do
I
that?
don't know.
Why would you? Oh my. This looks so. This is so stupid. What? I could have. Are you serious? Is he a good guy or a bad guy?
I think he's a bad guy. I
I
want to get
think he's a
tell.
bad guy too, but oh my. Why? There's so much. Yeah, this is definitely legit. But oh my God. Okay. Well, frogs. Frogman, there's everything man at this point. Nothing is off the table because we have Frogman. Oh, wait a minute. Is that a little Elvis I see? What the heck is that? Oh my God. Okay. Comic books are weird.
You said
Point
it.
established. Continue.
Okay. Typeface. He's a man who has a bunch of letters on his face, and he has letter based and letter shaped weapons.
Letter weapon. Like it's this thing, it's letters.
Yeah.
Stupid, but it's dumb, but I think is that a thing? Is that
That's
real?
real. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Typeface.
This guy just looks
God.
dumb. Literally, he has
I mean,
like letters and symbols on his
oh
face for
my
some reason. It's like,
gosh.
what are you doing?
Got looks like Chris Malone. It's got letters on his face. Got writing on his face. What is this?
Apparently, he was only
Rose?
in like two issues, and that's only because in the first one he actually beat Spider-Man for some reason. So the
What?
next issue he had to actually Spider-Man had to
Okay,
go beat him.
do the letters do anything, or is it just
What I can tell, like the weapons he has, like shoot letter shaped bullets or like letter shaped energy beams and stuff. It's weird. I don't know.
man? That's weird.
Mhm.
Okay, well, I am learning that there are weird things out there. Okay, so that's cool.
Yep.
Moving right along.
So most kids in the Marvel universe are very much so inspired by Spider-Man to do good. This character, Venom Kid, was inspired by Venom to do crime by wearing all black and using a voice modulator pretending to be Venom.
No,
Yeah, that's not real.
no, I
It'd be
didn't
kind of
think
cool
so.
though, I
I
feel
feel like
like.
that would be cool. But see, that's the thing. I feel like it'd be more popular
Yeah.
if that was real. I feel like
Yeah.
they would have brought that up more, or they would have like somehow referenced it in Venom or something. Like
Mm.
something dumb like that. But
They
no,
would have
that'd be
referenced it in Venom,
cool.
you're right.
But people having references just to have references, even
Mhm.
though it doesn't mean anything.
Yep.
But but yeah, that'd be interesting though.
Yeah.
How
Now,
many more we got?
last one right now.
Okay, here we
Dr.
go.
Ion. He's a scientist turned evil after a fight between Spider Man and the lizard inside of his lab knocked a mixture of chemicals on top of him, which turned his body into a green fluid.
So he's just a liquid.
He's like, he can like form it into like a bodily shape, but as far as
Uh,
he's like made of this green liquid fluid stuff.
Interesting. I'll say, is that real,
It's fake.
Doctor? That's fake.
Yeah.
Ugh, gross.
But my description was very convincing, wasn't it? That
I
sounds like something
didn't
that
think
could
I,
happen.
cause I could see something like that happening.
Mm-hmm.
Because you know how like there's like one of the thing one a trope of comic books sometimes is like when they're like fighting between heroes and villains, and then
Mm-hmm.
like people in the crosshairs end up
Yeah.
becoming villains also when they get affected. It's like the
Yeah.
whole like victim syndicate with Batman stuff like that. So
Right.
I thought that was yeah, I thought that
Mm-hmm.
could have been something like that, but alas, I was incorrect.
Yeah. Plus, it seems to be a common trope for like a villain to just have stuff fall on top of him, and then he becomes that thing,
Right,
like the wall.
right. You're like, oh yeah, that's the dumbest thing. There's so many like
I love it.
dumb rogues that are like, I can't deal with it. It's like, why do you like? I get it. After like 50 years of making up characters, you eventually run out of ideas.
But a
But
lot of
like,
these are early.
yeah, I mean, this is rough, man. Like, I don't know. That's some stuff right there. But it is comic books, and the main character got bit by a spider and somehow has powers, can
Mhm.
stick to the wall. So I guess when you think of it that way,
Who's to
Like,
say that
yeah,
kangaroo isn't weird?
exactly. Kangaroo in that world, Kangaroo Man makes perfect sense, but otherwise, no.
Yeah, no. Hmm. Okay. Now, moving back on to the plethora of Disney stuff we have. So you know how everyone hates the Last Jedi, and they say it ruins
Yeah.
Star Wars, and
Mhm.
Disney is isn't doing Star
All
Wars
that.
right, and they should just give it back to George Lucas or whatever. Well, according
Mhm.
to Bob Iger, unsurprisingly to people with a brain, the Last Jedi made a lot of money.
You would have saw that coming. Never would have saw that coming.
Yeah,
Of
like
course
toy
it
sales,
did.
memorabilia, lightsaber sales, like all the the stuff connected, like merchandise. It's on the rise, especially since the Last Jedi. So
Right.
yeah, shut up. Pretty much.
I mean, the movie's like first of all, everyone was gonna see it anyway because I
Yeah,
mean, it's the next movie and you had to see it, even if you didn't like it because you had your own theories. And there are certain parts of the movie I don't agree with also, but I don't
mhm.
think the movie's garbage and ruined Star Wars
Yeah.
nowhere close. It's just I'm like there was a movie that ruined Star Wars that came out a while
Came out
ago.
20
Well,
years ago. Holy crap. Yeah,
oh,
1999, 20 years
uh,
ago.
oh, jeez. Okay, but anyway, we're not gonna talk about that. Oh my gosh. Like
Okay.
when you say that, I feel like I got gray hair when you said that. Oh, 20 years ago. That's like I'm more than that. No. Ugh, but yeah,
I
I
was
mean,
like, how does
the
that make sense?
movies.
Oh wait, I'm gonna
I
be
mean,
22 this September. So yeah, that checks out.
yeah,
Okay.
that's crazy. But I mean, yeah, it's like I mean, the movie's not terrible. There are points that I don't
Like I'm
necessarily
never
like
gonna
personally,
defend
but
the Canto Bite stuff. Like
no,
that
that's
was
kind of dumb. Or
just the
like,
way it was
or
edited.
like,
It could have been shot with like
yeah,
split between other stuff as well, and like
yeah,
just the
or
way it
like,
was structured, it wasn't good.
yeah.
But like aside of that, I don't really have a problem.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't. The whole like not telling the plan thing also a little annoys me because I feel like the same thing could have happened without your whole
Yeah,
truth
and like
society
I
didn't
saw one
tell you.
analysis that like he explained, Laura Dern's character was afraid that there was a spy among them, so
Yeah,
she
yeah, I
wasn't.
saw something like
They
that
could
too. Which,
have
that does
explained
kind of
it.
make that's a bit of a stretch, but I feel like if they had explained that, that would have made way more sense.
Yeah.
I feel like if they had said there could be a spy because that does make sense because they were tracking them through somehow
Mhm.
and they had no idea how.
Yeah.
So,
We
but
ever
then
found
again,
out
if they were
how?
just blowing.
I don't think we ever found out how, but
They didn't
whatever.
they have like a they had like some kind of new technology that could track ships through hyperspace or something like
Right.
that.
Yeah. Mhm.
But yeah, but I mean, other than that, it was fine. Like I don't think
It's
anything.
fine.
Like but
Oh
Snoke
no.
died. We
Oh,
need to know.
there
I'm
were
like,
too
but I
many
mean,
jokes in this movie. Yeah, there was. You remember all the stuff with Yoda from episode
yeah,
5? Like that
I
was
mean,
hilarious.
yeah, like I don't know, and jokes aren't bad. Like in the serious moments, it was serious, and in the not so serious moments, it wasn't so
Hmm.
serious. Like that's how movies generally do. But I don't know. I mean, people really love their Star Wars, us included. But I
Hmm.
think it's a bit much to say. The whole thing is
This movie
terrible.
ruined Star Wars. Disney should give up on the franchise. Like, shut up. Still making money.
Uh,
They know what they're
making,
doing for the most part. But
making all the money, yeah. But I don't think that's terrible.
not
Like,
saying they've done
I think
everything right. There's still
huh,
actually there's one thing we'll get to later that's proves they don't really know what they're doing when it comes to Star Wars. But like, as far as the movies go, Solo was iffy. Actually, I didn't. Have you seen Solo yet?
still have,
Okay,
still
well,
haven't seen it. I just don't feel the need to.
it's fine.
Like, nothing is going to happen that is going to change
It,
any
it
perspective of my knowledge of Star Wars. I feel
you're
like I'll
right.
probably learn something, but I won't be like, oh, I'll see everything differently now.
Like there was like maybe one cool scene or sequence, I guess, but like outside of that, it just again another thing was just references for the sake of references, and it wasn't the stuff that was there new wasn't necessarily bad, but it wasn't like great either. It was one of those movies I either wished was like a lot better or a lot worse, so I actually kind of feel something about it.
Mhm.
Whereas now I'm just like,
But
it's there, it exists. It's I
I mean, I'd rather it be just there than be terrible, though.
Yeah.
So if it's terrible, that's like, okay,
Mm,
like we need to fix this.
yeah. Well, um, I thought I had a good transition. Oh well, that Aladdin trailer.
It could have been like, oh, speaking of things being either really good or terrible. Oh my.
Yeah,
Okay, so
yeah.
thoughts.
I Okay. So ignoring Will Smith Genie for just a second, talking about the trailer as it was, or teaser, whatever they're trying to call it.
Mm,
It looks like a direct to TV Disney Channel original movie. Like the effects
oof.
don't look great. The
Uh,
costumes look fine. There's just no imagination there. I still cannot get over the fact that the lion mouth he walks into is just in a mountain. It's just a part of that
yeah,
mountain. Where opposed in the original movie, it like came up out of the ground and like felt like it was alive almost. Here, it's just there.
I mean, maybe it'll do that. We don't really just to
Like, why
see, but
would the whole mountain come up with it? Like that
I
just
mean,
doesn't make
maybe
sense.
I don't know, but I don't know. Maybe it like just forms out of the side or
Mm,
something. Like maybe I don't know. And also, it just doesn't look the same.
yeah,
Like that's kind of annoying.
and also I kind of feel like they're, at least from this most recent trailer, like the original teaser with the whole like with Aladdin going in up to that lamp, for the first teaser just to show what this movie looks like, that was fine. I didn't like how it looked, but as far as showing this is
How
the
much you're
movie,
showing?
that's fine.
Yeah.
But then this trailer, I don't feel like they're really showing the right stuff to get people actually excited.
Hmm.
Like the first trailer, this is what it looks like. This trailer, it's just here's a little bit more of that. It's like, oh, there's Jasmine, she's there. Oh, Jafar, I don't
He
really like his
exists.
voice. Also, it wasn't I don't even think Jafar was there during that scene. Wasn't it like an old man who was trying to con him? Like, I know it was like it was Jafar disguised as that old man, but I'm pretty
Something
sure it
like
wasn't
that.
actually Jafar who took him there. Could be wrong about that, but and then like Aladdin, parkouring down in the like off those like floating
Hmm.
like gold pieces or whatever, like it just didn't look great. And also the music choice, like I don't know. I feel like of all of the songs from Aladdin, a friend like you, that's a friend like me. That's a popular one, but that's not the Aladdin song. you know, there are at least two other songs I can think of. Well, really three I can think off the top of my head that like I feel.
More. I mean, I
Yeah.
guess they were trying to sell it, I guess, but I mean, it's kind of like, okay, we want it, or maybe I don't know, because I mean, I feel like this is gonna. I don't like how this is set up really either. Like, I think, like you said, like I think it looks okay, but not like, I'm not like super like, oh man, that looks great, or this, or like, and they didn't really show anything. Like, honestly,
Yeah.
you kind of just like, okay, this character's in this movie. It's like,
Okay.
yeah, it's Aladdin.
I
Like, I
hope
knew
so.
this character. Like, I didn't learn anything looking at these trailers. I just kind of
Mm.
like, I just saw characters I knew were gonna be in it, and I'm just like, okay,
And like that's
what
kind
else
of
you
the
got?
problem with making a live action reboot of a movie from like not that long ago. Just
Everyone's seen it.
everyone's already seen it, and they feel like they can get away with making a trailer that's just here's things you already know just in live action. And if it
I
doesn't
mean,
look great, why should we care?
yeah, I like that's the thing. Like when you're making a movie, remaking a movie that's recently been made, like you said, like the only thing you really get points for is just making it look better. That's pretty much it. Because
Mm,
especially if they're gonna go like whole Beauty and the Beast route and like copy and paste the actual movie,
just kind
if
of
the movie doesn't look good, which is I'm pretty sure they're gonna like if it doesn't look good, there's no reason to make this movie at
mm,
all. Like it's literally a waste of time
yeah.
because like it doesn't. There's no new store. We know exactly how it's gonna go. I mean,
Hmm.
everyone's seen Aladdin. Like we know
Yeah.
how it's gonna go. Finds the lamp. Oh, you get this many wishes. I want to be a prince. I want to, falls in love with the
Yeah.
girl. Holds Jafar, takes the lamp. All
And
that stuff.
and if
But
there was a new take on it, I feel that you should show that in your second trailer. Have the first trailer be something
mhm,
familiar, have the second trailer showcase a
something
new
different,
element. But if there's not going to be a new element, then why bother making it? But I know why, because money. But like,
obviously.
I don't know.
I mean,
Um,
it's still gonna make some money, but I don't think it's gonna be as
it's not going to be
successful.
Beauty and the Beast level. Like Aladdin is, is part of the Disney Renaissance. Like it's a beloved Disney classic. But like
Yeah,
as far as Beauty and the Beast or Lion King level, it's not even
no, it's not gonna be
close.
on the same. I don't think it's gonna be on the same level. And just like
Oh.
I don't know, I feel like people are just gonna be disappointed because it doesn't meet the initial really good look. I think it's just gonna be kind of boring watching it. It's
Mm.
gonna be kind of like
It's also a little weird that they chose to do three Disney classic turn live action movies within the same summer, with
right.
Aladdin, Dumbo, and Lion King coming out within
And
3 months of each other. Like
mhm.
that's
That's one thing. I'm like, why are they not spreading this out more? They're
I don't
kind of
know.
just throwing everything together. I mean, I know there's a lot of movies and maybe they want to do them all, but
Mm,
take your time. Because,
yeah.
no one's losing their mind over Dumbo.
No, I mean, that every single trailer I've seen looks terrible, so I don't care about that.
I was never a huge fan of Dumbo, but if I was going to become one, that is not
Mm,
the way.
yeah,
But,
and I
yeah.
guess it's time to move on to the blue elephant in the room, Will Smith Genie.
Will Smith Genie.
So I know, when the first, posters came out when it showed Will Smith dressed up as a genie, he wasn't blue, and everyone was like, "Oh, why isn't he blue? Are they breaking a new take on it? Are they just making him not blue at all?" And like, there is a significant portion in the original Aladdin where he was just, disguised as a person. So like, I kind of wrote that off as, oh, that's just his human form.
Mhm.
It's really sad when the genie from the live action reboot looks more cartoony than the cartoon one. And it's not just
Oh my
it's not
gosh.
just how he looks. Like I can get over how he looks. People didn't like Thanos when he was first showed,
Right.
and honestly, like I don't know, I still have kind of mixed feelings about his overall design, especially without the armor, but like, people didn't like Thanos, but now everyone loves Thanos. He's the best Marvel villain. So I can,
Not my
get over Genie not looking great. Well, I mean, it doesn't look great, but like it looks like a big blue blob with Will Smith's face on it. They could have made that look
Yes.
better.
Yes.
You didn't need to mocap him, but whatever. I think my main problem with how he was presented in this trailer was it was the dialogue. He didn't, say for 10,000 years, give you really crick in the neck. Like
Yeah.
that is funny. Like that's not what you expect a genie who's been trapped in this land forever to for the first words to
Say.
say. But for Will Smith, it was just you telling me you really don't know who I am. Wishes, magic, like that's. I feel again that with that line they were leaning in on not really the fact that they were leaning more on the fact that the audience should know who this is and not Aladdin should know who this is,
Not
and
the
that's
character.
not
Yeah.
how you
I
do
think
it.
I feel like they're gonna kind of go with okay, this isn't, the Will Smith playing the genie. This is Will Smith playing Will Smith as a genie,
Yeah,
basically. And I'm not super like the idea, the initial, and that's kind of the initial thought I had with it. I was kind of like, okay, it's not gonna be like because Will Smith's an amazing actor, but I don't want
mm-hmm.
this just to be Will Smith saying stuff Will Smith would say. I just want it to be, I wanted to run like the original, just with Will Smith's ability. But
Yeah, and like
yeah, I'm
that
a little
kind of
skeptical.
it kind of actually worked for Robin Williams. Just like Robin Williams is a very like he is a character. Like he can basically say anything and it would have been hilarious. So him breaking the fourth wall, him just saying most, I think most of the genie's lines from the Aladdin was actually ad libbed. So like him just saying whatever was funny and it worked for this character. But Will Smith, it just he just doesn't have the same. I don't know if charisma is the right word. It doesn't have the same essence to him that the old genie had, and
Uh,
I just don't know if he'll be able to pull it off in the same way, if
yeah.
at all.
Yeah, it's just a different style. I'm a little concerned, but we'll see. I mean, it's still early. Like, I don't know. It does look kind of whack now, looking at. But I mean, I don't know. I'm a little concerned. Oh my gosh, they have
Like
pictures of him.
people were comparing it to the Rock's Scorpion King from the Mummy 2.
Oh
Have you
jeez.
seen that abomination? And I'm like
Oh
looking at them side by
jeez.
side. It's like it. The CGI is technically better, but they have the same energy. You know, like
Yeah, it's been updated and improved, but it's like I see it though. Yeah, it's this is gonna be some. I mean, it doesn't look absolutely terrible, but it's like I feel like it's just I don't know. I don't know if maybe that was just one scene or maybe I don't want that whole movie him to just kind of be Will Smith the genie.
mm,
You know, I want him to be the genie played by Will Smith.
yeah, yeah. Which is why I kind of wish they had just made the genie, the blue genie form like fully CG without Will Smith's face. Like make the blue form look more like the old genie, but then when he
Yeah,
gets into human form, to have Will Smith, I feel that would work just fine. But
and obviously he'll
whatever.
keep the voice and everything too. But
Yeah,
yeah,
whatever. Like I maybe the third trailer will look better. Probably not, but we'll see. Coming out in
yeah,
May, so they don't have a lot of time to convince people.
true. But it's not like I was crazy gonna see this movie anyway.
Yeah,
I mean, I might, but
I have at least two other movies I need to see in May anyway, so
obviously,
I'm
yeah,
good. I
you
mean,
be
three if I see
busy.
Endgame a third time. Okay. So next up, Disney announced that they're going to be doing a new Muppets reboot for the Disney Plus service. So
Okay,
yeah,
okay,
and
cool. Muppets.
I've always loved the Muppets. Like the two most recent Muppets movies were like I really love those movies. The ABC show was kind of terrible, but like they were trying something new, so I appreciate that.
Hmm.
So far, what we know about this show is that it's another one of like it's essentially like a rehash of the first movie in the Disney era, where like oh something bad happened, we need to get the band back together to do this thing. I think someone's dog got lost, so they all have to go out and find him or something like that. Like I don't know everything about Muppets lore, but like I think it was like
Hmm.
a popular Muppet like is lost, so they have to go find him. Which like sure, okay,
Yeah, do it. If it's funny, I'm for it. Yeah, like go for it.
yeah. Like I can't remember if it was a movie or a show, but if it is a movie, I hope it spins off to its own show because the Muppets like they I feel like that's one of their very few like timeless shows that can be brought up time and time again as long as it's done well. It'll just
Hmm.
exist and everyone's like, "Oh, cool Muppets," you know, like
Yeah, like awesome.
yeah. Like there are certain things like I feel like every time they try to bring back the Looney Tunes because of just the way and the time period that which they were made back in the 50s and 60s, you just
Hmm.
can't do a lot of that stuff nowadays, unfortunately. But like,
Yeah, it's just
so
times
they
have
try to do
changed.
something new with it. It just doesn't always land. But with Muppets, I mean, just kind of be the Muppets and everyone will love it. So just do that. We're good.
That awkward moment when you think the 50s was 50 years ago, but it's going like
Yeah.
70 years ago, and you're
Mm-hmm.
like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, oh no, where's life gone, dude?
Next year, the 60s will be 60 years.
No,
Mm-hmm.
that means, oh, dude, how did this happen?
Yeah, we're getting old. It's fine. It's not,
My
but you
head
know.
is hurting. It's not, but like, stop it, life. Nah, it's cool.
It's fine. It's fine. Okay. So, the last bit of Disney news. At this investor meeting, Bob Iger was, I don't know if he was asked or if he, like, just, just like was part of the briefing. Maybe it was the interview right after, but like, I'm just going to read you this quote. This is Bob Iger speaking. We're obviously mindful of the size of the video game business. Over the years, as you know, we've tried our hand at self publishing. We've bought companies, we've sold companies, we've bought developers, we've closed developers. And we found over the years that we haven't been particularly good at the self publishing side, but we've been great at the licensing side. I'm going to pause right there. Did they forget that Disney Infinity and Epic Mickey exist? Those are some good games.
I mean, it's been a minute though, but I mean, I think they're talking about like other stuff more recently they've been trying to get into that's kind of not done as well.
But
But
like Disney Infinity, that made a lot of money. But because
mhm,
it didn't make nearly as much money as they wanted it to, because I think because Disney's always been in the movie and show industry, so like I
right.
feel they are just not really in tune with how video games work. So selling 3 million units of a video game is generally very very good.
Mhm.
But when you compare
When
that to
you're
something like
Disney,
Star Wars or Infinity War or most Pixar movies that make over 1 billion, it's just not what they necessarily want.
well, it's like almost like I feel like they're almost like we didn't meet the Disney standard for
Yeah, which
for like an
for
industry.
different subsects of your company, you should have different standards based on the atmosphere
Right. Like
that
obviously
that
they're not going to make billions of dollars off video games, but I mean at the same time, like I guess they just want to be. I think they're more looking at being like the top in that respective area, as in like like right now they're the top in movies right now. Like
mm,
obviously with between the Marvel movies, Star Wars, and everything else Disney makes, like
yeah,
no one else is even up there. So I think that's
like
what they kind of want to establish dominance in that area as well.
it
Video games, I
takes
mean.
a rock star making Red Dead Redemption 2 or Grand Theft Auto 5 to make billions of dollars.
Right.
Like most games, if they reach 1 billion, it takes like a couple of months just to over time getting there.
Yeah, add up there.
Yeah, like you're not gonna just make a game and it automatically make you billions, which I feel Disney just doesn't. I don't know. I feel a lot of older people just don't really understand how video games work, and I really love for a newer generation to kind of creep in there and know what they're doing. But
Mhm.
whatever. It's just so annoying that he's essentially what he's saying is we've never been good at making games, but sometimes we're good at licensing games, which whatever. Like you closed down Disney Infinity, which was making you a bunch of money and was beating out Skylanders and Lego Dimensions, but you're just like, nah, it's not good enough.
I mean, well, I mean, like, I guess they just want to, like, I don't know, like, they want to get up there. They want, like, obviously they're not at, like you said, like Rockstar's level with those kind of games. But I mean, I think that's what they're aiming for. So I mean, I think until they get to like one of the top games every year, that's what they're striving for. Because
Yeah, and I
that's just
think
what
they
people want
actually
to
closed down their gaming division. They only license stuff now.
do.
So sure, whatever.
Right.
Then he continued, we've had good relationships with some of those we're licensing to, notably EA and the relationship on the Star Wars properties. We're probably going to stay on that side of the business and put our capital elsewhere. What he's saying is, we don't know how to make games. EA seems to know how to make games. They're
They're
doing
not.
fine. We're happy with
Are,
our relationship with them.
why though?
Proving further, Bob Iger doesn't know how video games work. You can't cancel 4 Star Wars games in the past 5 years, only making 2 mediocre ones, and say that's good. Don't do it. You can't do that.
Man, like, but they don't. I don't know. I think they're just like letting go. They're like, okay, video games, we're just gonna let you handle everything. And EA's like, yeah, sure, we can do it. And then like EA makes trash games, and
They
then
had the creator of the Uncharted franchise, and they just let her go for no reason. It's like, what?
they're moving in a different direction. I'm like, but she's a baller. You don't just cut LeBron James. I mean, well, maybe not LeBron James, but you don't just cut, the star. Like, you don't just
Yeah,
do that. Like, what are you
just
doing? But
I,
mm,
I don't know. I don't like. I
I
thought for
understand that.
sure after they've been canceling so many games, after their Star Wars games haven't been doing what Star Wars games should be doing. I would hope Disney, especially after they saw Disney Infinity and other Disney games not doing
Do
as well as they
well,
would want,
yeah.
like 9 million, like that's a lot for a game, but that's nothing when it comes to A, the EA standard, and B, Star Wars. Like
Mhm.
both Battlefield games make at least 9 mil. I think Battlefield 5 did like maybe 7, but like that's 5, so
Something like that.
it's that game wasn't off on the right foot to begin with, but still, like just the fact that Battlefield 5 made made over 7 million, well, sold over 7 million copies when people weren't really into that game in the first place, and Battlefront 2 is over here making over 9 million copies with a Star Wars license. Just you can do better.
It's like the potential was there, but you
Mm-hmm.
just didn't grab onto. Oh, the disappointment.
Mm-hmm. So
But
I just don't know what Bob Iger is seeing in EA. I don't know if EA is just paying them a lot of money so they can keep the Star Wars license. That's probably it. But like,
maybe that's probably what it. 'Cause, I mean, they can't. If they're talking about they haven't done as well with game, I'm like, okay, but like, it's not like you're doing crazy good with EA. But I mean,
yeah,
EA's probably like, please keep.
mm-hmm.
I don't know, because I guess EA's making enough money off that. But I'm like, but EA, like, they just, I don't know, they just don't care about the actual people, and they just make games. But then people buy the games, and I'm like, guys, what are you doing? You're helping the problem. But
I just want to see how bad it is. No, you're part of the problem. Stop it. Whatever. Hopefully, somewhere down the line they'll break away from EA, and or at least don't make it exclusively EA. Like you can keep things at Battlefront
right,
if you have a closer watch on it, but like just just let other people make Star Wars games who want to make Star Wars games. That's all I
exactly.
ask.
It's like, because I mean, especially people that in the past have made good Star Wars games, like, chill.
Mm-hmm.
Like, don't be like, oh no, only EA. Like, I don't know, because EA's not even like EA's not even on that, but that is what it is.
Yeah.
I'm probably paying an arm and a leg for those exclusive rights, and I think
Mm-hmm.
that's just what it is.
Oh well. So let's move on to hopefully a little more uplifting in Nerd Clash.
But
So we're talking a lot about Disney stuff. So
uh,
let's do one that you actually suggested in Darth Maul versus Gambit.
oh yeah, I did say that. Yeah, that makes me happy. Um,
Now, keep in
straight
mind,
up
I
though,
don't know
Darth
a
Maul.
lot about Gambit. I just know him from the one X Men movie he's in. Unfortunately, that
Yes.
one being X Men Origins, but
Yeah, Gambit's got some. I mean, as far as I know, power wise, he has like ability to like he can put anything he like holds in his hand, he can make pretty much into like flaming explosives.
you know,
He usually uses cards, but it could be anything from a pencil to like a leaf or anything.
mm,
And then he also has a bow staff because bow staffs
why
are
not?
cool, right?
Yeah,
Basically. But if I'm going straight up, I'm taking Darth Maul just because I feel like he can just use the Force and throw his potentially deadly stuff back at
mm.
him, as well as a lightsaber, which is kind of hard to defend against without said weapon.
Can a few questions. Can Gambit
Go for
like
it.
control the stuff he throws after he throws it? Like if Darth Maul did try to like force it back at him, could he like redirect it back and like go like that, or is it just after he throws it, it explodes?
I believe he has to be in contact with it in order to change the energy. So after he throws it, it's pretty much up for grabs. Like
Okay,
that's it.
okay.
I
I think
believe.
I'm pretty sure this was X Men Origins.
No.
He like threw out like a deck of cards and just like went straight. I would imagine he would have to like do have some kind of magic energy to like project it like that, but
Mhm.
and I don't know enough about the character to verify if that's actually
Here,
how it works.
I'm reading his abilities right now. I'm pretty sure. So far, let me see. Oh, okay. Apparently, he has super speed, strength, and reflexes
Of course he does.
because he has the ability to control kinetic energy, which is something that I didn't think about.
Okay.
That's like more how his power works, and that's why he can make stuff.
Hmm.
And he can build up static electricity in his brain to keep him unable to be affected by his various types of mind controls, i.e., Charles
Ooh.
Xavier, Jean
Okay.
Grey,
And
etc.
also, if Darth Maul tried to, mind control him, it wouldn't
Right,
work.
Jedi mind trick or something doesn't work like that. That
Yeah.
comes in handy. Um.
Would he be able to infuse
Oh
his?
crap.
Oh, what? Go.
Okay, sorry. I don't know if this is only for his like apocalypse thing, but like, cause he's like one of the
Hmm.
horsemen for the apocalypse. But apparently, he has the ability to change gas into poisonous gas,
Ooh.
like air into poisonous gas, just casually. So that
Okay.
could be. I guess that does make sense because like the chemistry behind it, you'd be able to excite the molecules and change. If you could move neutrons and atoms like around and adjust them. You can make change elements in the air,
Yeah.
which would be insanity. That's so cool. That sounds super hard though.
Yeah.
But um, why does everyone have like ridiculous power? Everyone's powers are
Scaling.
like
It's
souped up and they can.
one person
Everyone's got
got
like
ridiculously
oh
strong, and then
healing
everyone else had
factor,
to get equally as ridiculously strong, and it just goes up from there.
right? And it's like, oh yeah, that, and he can also. He's like, oh yeah, healing factor, no big deal. It's like,
Sure.
okay, so skilled car thrower. Superhuman charm? What's that even mean?
I
What does that
guess that
mean?
explains the Channing Tatum.
How, I, I guess, but I mean, that doesn't even make any sense. Uh, okay. You have superhuman charm. I don't know what that. They don't go into any detail.
Hmm.
They just kind of leave it there. So I'm just gonna assume he's like, he got. I guess he's got game, so that's a
I
power.
guess.
I guess.
Hmm.
But it is kind of a
Yeah.
power, but not the one I'd put on a list of superpower list.
So would he be able to infuse his staff with whatever to like be able to block a lightsaber?
Theoretically, I don't think so. But if
Hmm.
he was able to get a hand on his lightsaber, he could blow it up.
Okay. Because I know, again, all I know him from is X Men Origins. That one scene like leaps up and like destroys
Mhm.
that building that's about to drop on Logan. Like I don't even know if he touched it, if he's like hit his staff with it, but
Maybe he like used his power through the staff if that works. I don't
yeah.
know, but like that would, his staff's not like he doesn't have like any like I know he technically has like enhanced abilities and stuff, but I don't think he's like super strong or anything
I
like
mean,
that.
like
Like I've never seen him.
since this does take place in the Marvel universe, it might be easy to assume that it's made of some super strong metal, like vibranium or
Yeah,
adamantium or something. Let's just assume it is for
sure,
sake of argument. We like Darth Maul's probably going to win, but
yeah.
just for sake of argument.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know. Yeah, it's just, yeah. I mean, it's a cool power, but I feel like it's limited
Hmm.
in terms of like, because I mean, like if you throwing object or like you could make the floor like explode or something like that, but that
Yeah.
would also hurt yourself. Well, I guess you
I
could
mean,
use
if you
it
like
too.
stab down and explode, and you like get sent flying
Yeah,
up,
it jumped up in the air. But
yeah,
yeah, I guess that I don't know. I guess it just would depend on how they would use it, like
yeah,
where they fight and
this fight
stuff.
would definitely include a lot of jumping around.
Yes, there would be lots of jumps and flips and
Hmm.
duel of the fates in the background.
Yeah, obviously.
Has to be done. No exceptions. like, where'd this music come from? I was like, I can't fight without it. I'm sorry. I'm obligated. I am contractually obligated to fight you with John Williams in the background.
Yeah, like that. I don't necessarily see a way for Gambit to win against Maul, but I do think it would be a
Yeah,
pretty
I
cool
think it
fight.
would. Yeah, if he like throws cards, then he can either use the force to throw the cards back, or
Or he just
I don't think
explode
he'd be
if they get
able.
close. He just explodes them in his face before he can like actually
Yeah,
deflect them.
yeah, could be. Yeah, or we try to like deflect with a lightsaber, like explode in his
Yeah.
face, and that would probably not feel great.
Mm.
But yeah, I still think Darth Maul would beat him though, just because like Sith powers in general.
Yeah. But like, I guess we could also just assume that he does have his full horseman abilities. Just again, for sake
Yeah,
of argument.
yeah, yeah. You gotta add that stuff in for
Mm.
these kind of things, but still, poisonous
Yeah.
gas thing. That'd be kind of cool though. She could just like change the molecules. Yeah, that's a cool power.
Yeah.
Alchemist or something. But yeah, that'd be a cool power.
And I would assume that Darth Maul also has like enhanced speed
Oh
and
yeah,
strength and whatnot through the
he has the
Force.
force. He has the force. It's implied.
Yeah.
Like,
It
yeah,
kind of
it's
bugs
like
me
you
that
can.
after in episode one, that one random scene after when they're getting shot by the destroyer droids, they just randomly use super speed for like half a second to get away, and it's never used
Right,
again ever.
right. For anything, like there's so many moments where that would have been so helpful,
Just
and it's just like, all
nope.
right, we're
Just
just
forget
not
we
gonna
had it.
do this.
Like okay, whatever.
Uh, Force. I mean, they use super jumping every now and again, but it's also
As
like,
far as like becoming a blur on the screen that never happens again outside of the opening bit, like
yeah,
why even introduce
I
that?
don't know. But yeah, why use it the one time and never
Mm,
use it again? But so I feel like that would come super in handy, like
mm,
for like I get it, like the force, like it's like it's cool to like lift big rocks and crap, but I mean like it's also cool to like use it to enhance your own abilities too, like run or super jump or super strength sometimes. Like,
yeah,
but it is what it is.
yeah. But yeah, Darth Maul all the way. I'll
Yeah,
see a game, but could actually
man.
kill him. So, is there anything else you want to bring up or talk about? There we
There
go.
is one thing. Have you heard of the new game Apex that dropped earlier?
Yeah, we
A
talked
few
about that
days
last week.
ago. We did?
Yeah,
Did we really?
yeah.
Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I feel stupid.
No, it's
Oh
fine.
my gosh.
We weren't super happy about it, but like apparently it's actually kind of good. So
It's done very well, apparently. And like
yeah,
I've seen like my roommate got it and I've seen it. And it's basically like from what his description was, it is PUBG meets some what was the other game?
Overwatch.
Yes.
Mm,
Yes, that's what he said.
yeah,
Yeah. So and he plays a lot of Overwatch, so he likes it.
nice.
And it looks pretty
Yeah.
cool. Like I'm not it doesn't look terrible and it's apparently doing really well. Like it's
Oh
outsold
yeah.
Fortnite almost very quickly. And I was
Like
like,
it's
bro.
definitely doing better than Fortnite as far as like stream viewers.
Yes.
Um, I remember last week we discussed it like it had just come out, and because it's made by EA with the Titanfall branding and with no
Mhm.
giant robots, we just weren't really a fan of how it was going. But like if people are having fun, if like I do like how
I mean, it's working.
I do like how it is a battle royale with like actual like character
Mhm.
classes, which I don't think has been really done
Yeah.
before. So despite not having giant robots, it's still doing something creative
Right.
with the formula.
Yeah. I
So
mean, giant robots are always a plus, but it's like, if it still works, it works.
yeah, so cool. Might try it out at some point. We'll see. Like I've played a little bit of Fortnite. It's fine. I don't.
Yeah.
It's one of those that like
Like,
I played it for like a week and then just kind of went back to it
got
once or
over
twice
it.
and then just I don't know. This is not really my thing, but like
Yeah.
it's if I want to try it, maybe it could be. So we'll see. And hopefully, because this game clearly Respawn was allowed to be a little creative with how they implemented stuff in
Mm.
a battle royale format. Hopefully, this bodes well for other Respawn era or Respawn EA era stuff like that Star Wars game that's coming out this year. Hopefully,
Yeah, I mean, hope.
Hopefully. And maybe, and like, since this game is doing so well, hopefully they'll allow them to make Titanfall 3.
Right.
Actually, with giant robots this time, please.
Yeah. With the it's like Pringley, giant robots.
Or add them
I don't
into
care.
Apex. Like, go
Or
for it.
both.
Yeah, yeah.
Why not both?
Mm.
More giant robots is never a bad thing.
Nope.
But what if nope? But we don't know. Stop it.
We need robots. Okay. Is that all?
That is all.
Okay. And with that, we will see you all next time.